Hey everyone, this is Anastasia Autumnfire, and this video is for Be the Witchy Change. I am super excited to be part of this. I am late to the party as usual, but I'm hoping it's that whole better late than never type vibe because I am just warm fuzzies incarnate about this actually happening and this actually having a voice. Basically, I'm not going to go into details because I feel like it's been said quite a bit, and I just did this video and it was like 50 minutes long, so I'm trying to redo this bad boy but keep it much more concise. So Random Witch, shout out to her because she is the one that started this bad boy. About a week ago, she saw a picture of a gutted and skinned rabbit, and the words on it were this is all fluffy bunnies are good for, or this is what I do to fluffy bunnies, or some sort of ish like that, just bollocks. So she took to her page, or her channel, and did a live session, or live feed, or what have you. Again, not technically savvy, so I'm not sure of the correct terminology. Live feed. There's the word live feed. And she noticed, as she was talking about this and ranting, but in a very, like, passionate and needed way, she was seeing people saying, this is why I don't have a channel, this is why I don't do videos, this is why I stopped commenting. And she realized this needs to be more than a rant. This needs to be a movement. This needs to be something. These, we need new voices in the YouTube pagan community and the online pagan community, and let's be face it, the pagan community in general. We need new voices all the time, because otherwise you get stagnation. You get the same ideas over and over and over again. And you know what? Who's evolving? Who's growing? Who's developing? It's the same shit, just a different day. And I mean, granted, it's really evolved shit. It's, not shit. I'm just trying to be funny. It's wisdom any way you get it, but the best thing about wisdom is having a plethora of perspectives to pull from. And if people don't feel comfortable in the community, they're not going to come out and they're not going to be part of it. And at that point, the community stagnates. They do. It's simple as that. So she urged people who had YouTube channels to make videos, to support fellow YouTubers or newbie YouTubers, what have you. I'm trying to refer to them as newbie YouTubers because a lot of people that come to YouTube have been on their path for quite some time. So they are not newbie witches in any way, shape, or form. Oftentimes, they are just simply new to the online pagan community. So anyway, she wanted people to do videos to support them, and she wanted them to see the support and feel warm and fuzzy and welcome, so they would come out and have their voice be heard and say what they need to say and have their place. And I love that. And yet I'm exceedingly saddened that at this stage in the game, we're still dealing with this. And I don't mean dealing with this like, oh, darn, someone thumbed down my video and someone doesn't like me again. Okay, fine, that's one thing. But to have someone actually purposefully go out there and belittle and degrade and hurt someone for whatever reason they may seem fit, that's a bit ridiculous. That's a bit sad. That's a bit sick, honestly, if you think about it. That's gross and disgusting. It just is. So, as excited as I am for this movement, I'm really sad that it still has a need, that it is still a need in this day and age. And I guess before I get into the warm fuzzies too terribly much, I do have a little bit of negativity that I want to address, and I'm going to try to keep it clear and cut, because again, the last video was over 50 minutes, and I don't want to do that to anyone. And I also don't want to delve too much into the negativity, because I feel like it's been addressed, and at the same time, why dwell on it even further? I want to get to the good stuff. But I do want to say, for any and all trolls out there, for any and all haters and people that people that are purposefully malicious and mean. I see you. I know who you are. And I think the whole community knows who you are. And the point comes down to it that you're not going away. We know you aren't going away. This movement isn't ever going to make you go away. There's always going to be that downer. There's always going to be that person that comes to the party and has to ruin everyone else's time because they're not getting the attention. There always has to be that one that's, look at me, look at me. I'm clever, I'm witty, I'm powerful. No, you're not. I could call you names. I could say exactly the thoughts that are going through my head at this exact moment, but the reality is that's not going to be helpful to you, it's not going to be helpful to me, and it's not going to be helpful to the universe or the community. So I'm not going into that. But I know you, and I see you. And I also understand that majority of you do that because you seem to think that you're gaining some form of power by trolling, by taking away something from someone else. I will never understand that. I will never be able to wrap my head around how someone can feel powerful by taking something from someone else, by taking joy from someone else that makes you feel powerful. That's really sad. It's incredibly sad. And I feel for you, and I send you healing and warmth because you obviously need it. But I also want it said, if you think you're gaining power through belittling and hurting others, let's really look at who has the power in this. Because in a week, when this movement started a week ago, we have well over 30 videos already up on YouTube addressing this, saying, hey, fuck the trolls, raise up the fluffy bunnies, let's do this. Over 30 in a week. And honestly, they're still coming in. Because one of the major reasons I decided to redo this video was because one of my Facebook friends said, wow, yours is over 50 minutes. I don't feel so bad now. Mine's only 25. I'm like, oh, so you did a video tonight too, and it's way shorter than mine. I need to redo my video. So more people are doing videos even tonight. I thought I was late to the party. Sweetie, this party's just going. So let's keep it rolling. So if over 30 people, and that number is still growing, have done videos like this, imagine all that energy that's been put into the positivity of this message. Think of that. All these people are coming out and saying, if you are new to YouTube, raise up, have your voice heard. Fluffy bunnies unite. I freaking love that. I think that is so insanely powerful and so insanely strong. And there is no way that can be tarnished because more people are joining this movement. So you, through your quest to gain power, actually made us more powerful. You empowered the fluffy bunny. And fluffy bunnies multiply. I mean, think about that. Bunnies are pretty fertile. It's a thing. Anyway, so you have that power. But of those 30 some odd videos that have been made, how many of those are brand new YouTubers? There's a good number. And they are brilliant. There are people out there that are making videos that I am in awe of. There are people out there making videos and they are so well spoken and so eloquent. I'm like, holy shit. You are way too cool. Like I'm not cool enough to even comment on this video. That's that cool. So yeah, I got nothing. These the people that are finding their voice and are actually speaking out and actually taking that first step into the pagan community online, that is one of the most powerful things I think you can do. So thank you, trolls. Thank you, haters. Because you are the ones that have caused this to happen. Those of you that can't stand fluffy bunnies and people that walk in the light, you have given them power. That's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to stop gushing about that because I don't want to delve about the negativity. I like that negativity was turned into positivity, and let's keep going with that flow. So, new YouTubers out there, make videos, comment. I've only been on YouTube as a contributor. I was making videos for about a year and a half. My channel obviously is pretty modest. I've got 180 subscribers, which, by the way, thank you. I love you all so much. I can't, seriously, every time I see something else, another ding or something, I get super excited. So thank you. People that comment, friends that I've made, I love you and thank you all. And new YouTubers out there, join us. Get in the water, it's fine. And don't fear the attacks, because the trolls out there, they have whatever power it is that you give them. And you know what? You can't give them power when you are being held up the way you are. We got your back. You have someone in your corner. You have many people in your corner. And sweetie, I have no issue going to bat for people. I truly don't. I do want to say, don't let... There have been kind of two things that keep kind of coming back to me in my videos recently, and especially concerning this. One, don't let self-doubt rule you. Trolls, that's what they're hoping for. Haters, that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping to get in your head and let you start to disbelieve things about yourself, disbelieve your own magic, disbelieve your own self-worth. And the reality of the situation is, no one can take that from you. If you begin to self-doubt, that is something you are controlling. No one else has that control. Don't give it to anyone else. It is all within you. I still struggle with self-doubt. I'm pretty vocal about it. And yes, it's easy for me to say, hey, come in, the water's fine. Sweetie, I have a YouTube channel. I do videos. But the minute a pagan or a witch says, hey, we should do a Google Hangouts or something, I freeze. Like deer in the headlights, Cernunnos cannot save me kind of freeze. It is an issue. An amazing witch on YouTube. I just absolutely adore her. She's friends with me on Facebook. It's actually her comment of, oh, my witchy video is only 25 minutes. I feel much better now. I'm like, oh God, I need to redo mine. I don't want to call out her name just because I get nervous doing that sometimes. But when she first kind of connected to me on Facebook and stuff, she's like, we need to do Google Hangout, Google's Hangout, and this and that. And I'm like, yeah. And inside I'm going, oh God, no, you're way too cool to hang out with me. I don't know what I'll say. I'll make an ass out of myself. And for me, it is better to not get too close to someone. It's better to perhaps lose a... Oh God, this is sad, but it's the truth. It's almost better to possibly lose a friendship than it is to say something that's stupid or act like a fool or say something dumb. I know that thought process isn't right. I can identify that that's not logical, nor is it correct, nor is it healthy. But it is what I think. It is what goes through my head. So when you are sitting there saying, oh, but people who have YouTube channels, you're kind of there. You're already past the bad point. How can you possibly think that? No, sweetie. No. Many of us are still in spirals from time to time. Most of us still have our confidence issues. Anya Abroad said it beautifully, that when you realize you're not an expert on something, it kind of short-circuits you. And she had that beautiful quote, you may not be able to teach, and I'm not going to get the quote 100%, I'm sorry, Anya. You might not be able to teach, but you are able to share. That is insanely powerful. Focus on that. Don't focus on teaching. Don't focus on what is it people want to see. Focus on what it is you want to share. That is what gives you the greatest reward, because it fulfills you spiritually. If someone else is able to connect with what you're saying, awesome. It's glorious. It is wonderful. It is the clouds parting and the sun shining through. It is, even though it's a biblical reference, Moses parting the Red Sea. It is glorious. But as long as you are gaining some sort of fulfillment from your videos, don't worry about anyone else. Do you. And I guess that leads me to my next thought. So, number one, we all have self-doubt. We all have fears. Don't ever think someone is better off than you or a better speaker than you because they can't possibly have fears because they've had a YouTube channel for X amount of time. No, we all do. Don't let your fear rule you. And again, super easy for me to say when I still let my fear rule me. It's baby steps. Just take baby steps. So then that leads me to my second point, which has kind of been going through my head over and over and over a lot lately, which is do what resonates for you. Don't do what resonates for other people. If someone ever tells you, if you are sharing something and you're showing how you do it, and someone has the balls to get on there and say, hey, you're doing this wrong, shut them out, shut them down, shut them up, be done with it. Because the reality is, no one can tell you how to walk your path. It's your path. You make the rules. No one can tell you what you should or should not be doing. I think as a society, we get far too worried about what is right, what is wrong in doing things, especially religious. I will say I am increasingly and crazily thankful for the YouTube pagan community because I walked my path when I was a child. My grandmother was my teacher. Then I went away from my path and went into Christianity because I wanted to be like everyone else and I wanted to be liked, and I got too caught up in, well, this is what makes everyone else happy type of a thing. And the goddess kept calling to me through Christianity, and I figured it out and found my way back to my path. And then I didn't want my grandmother to teach me anymore. Not because she wasn't wise, not because she wasn't, an amazing mentor and teacher, and she still teaches me to this day. Like, there are still little things that she shoots my way. But it was more about it's my time to stand, and it's my time to figure shit out on my own. So I took a period of time where I kind of took what she had taught me and see what still resonated and saw what I needed to tweak to better fit me and what didn't really serve me anymore, and learned to let that go. I'm horrible at letting shit go. It does not happen. I am a hoarder when it comes to emotion. So, it's a thing. And sentimentality. I'm a hoarder of sentimentality. But then it kind of got to this point where I'd done that, and I didn't know where to go next, and I didn't know what to do next, and I didn't want to take the wrong step. Well, didn't really have money for books. I had the internet, obviously, but I didn't know whether I could trust certain sources or what websites were good and what websites were bad, and I got caught up in the whole, well, I don't know who's telling me that this is how you should do that and this is how you should do that. Or websites would just tell you this is how it's done, but not give me enough of a reason of why. I like why. I like questions. And I think a lot of pagans do. And then I found I still wanted a teacher of sorts. I still wanted someone to tell me why they do things a certain way and what their thought process was and how they do things and all that jazz. And suddenly I found out YouTube had witchy stuff and pagan stuff. Like, I knew they had really funny videos and music videos and sometimes movies that they shouldn't have, but they do, and it's awesome. But I didn't know that, you could learn shit. So I got super excited. And suddenly, I didn't just have one teacher. It was like I was at Hogwarts. I'm a nerd, so that's a thing. I got so excited because suddenly I'm learning from Mother Willowmoon in the Family Wicca. I'm learning from Joey Morris and her pathway with the Morrigan. I'm learning from Ember Honeyraven and just her bam and her sass and just her way of just doing it. That sounded dirty. And Eric Silvermoon, who is so informative and so just warm and fuzzy and happy and giggly. And Crystal Starshine and Shakti and Inanna, all three of them are irreverent and just funny, and I love them. Lady Gravedancer, who again is just boom, this is how it is, and that's it, and this is how I do it, and don't let people fuck with you. I love that. Sunshine Morning Ray, I don't think she does videos anymore, but holy cow, that woman had so much knowledge and so much wisdom. I can't. I can't. I just can't. And there were more. There were so many more, and I'm just blanking on them right now, and I apologize. But all of them were my teachers. All of them were my mentors. All of them still are my teachers. All of them still are my mentors. Like I said, even if they don't do videos now, they've done videos in the past, and I can go back to them at any time I want, unless they delete their channel completely, and then I will cry. But, and all of them, and then I get to keep adding with people that come out new. Chris Ashburn, Charlie Says Go, Anya Abroad, obviously, Pretty Alice Moon. She has some amazing crafting videos out there. Just, I can't. I just can't with the amazing voices that are out there. And like I said, there are people that are like, oh, we should, talk and do this. It's like, sweetie, you're like here. I'm like here. Like, I can't touch you. I can't even look at you. I don't know what to do with you right now. That is who I learn from. That is who I listen to. And not to say that everything they say is something I do. Because there are some things that they'll say and I'll be like, yeah, nope, that doesn't work for me. Peace. Love you. And I'm out. But, a lot of times there are things that resonate, or things that kind of resonate and you just tweak them a little bit and make them work for you. I just lost your name, sweetie. Bear Mercado. I'm calling you Bear. I can't remember your last name. I just watched your video today. Awesome video. And he even said that. I believe he worked with the Wolfman. I think Magical Life, I believe, is his station. Or channel. I could be wrong on that. I'm sorry. I left my notes in the other room. I had all this written down. He said, I learned from him. He taught me a lot, and even things that he showed me that didn't make sense to me, I would twist and I would tweak until they did work for me. I think that's beautiful. I think that's gorgeous. And that is what YouTube gives us. And that is what witches' voices give us. That's what pagans' voices give us. And you know what, sweeties? If we don't have new voices coming out, that learning pool is going to dry up super quick. I am so insanely grateful for all of the people that have taught me and all the people that continue to teach me on YouTube. Because yes, at this point I do work with a coven. At this point I do have my witchy sister in arms that, we battle it out. I do have friends and some family, more so family of the heart. People that I love that I would kill tigers for. And I love tigers. But I'd still kill them to save these people. That is a really weird way to be understood. I have created, since the beginning of my path, I have created and found people that I have a kinship with, and I can share things with, and I can share my practice with. But there is something about going online and clicking on a video and learning from this wise person whom I will never see. And that's probably good, because seriously, Joey Morris is in front of me, or Ember Honeyraven. Oh my god. Oh my Carnunos. Ember Honeyraven's right in front of me. I would start screeching like a little girl at a Justin Bieber concert. Whew. Honey child. Lose it. I would totally fangirl out. Not quite to the point if, like, David Tennant was in front of me, because then it would get into a weird sexual thing. But I would still fangirl out. You heard me. I'm getting weird looks. My point is, if I ever met these teachers, I would be completely at a loss as to what to do. But the point is, I can click on these videos and I can be shown into this world that they probably don't show many other people. Think about that. Paganism and witchcraft especially is something that is really has been a secretive practice. It is I want to say it was Blue Knight. I am so sorry. I left all the names of people I wanted to quote and reference their videos on the couch. But he made the point of witchcraft is an art. And he made the point of who the Hades is anyone to say how you should or should not process art, or what you should or should not do to do art. And I think that's a beautiful point. I think that's awesome because it's so true. But we are innately secretive about a lot of things we do. So for a witch or a pagan to go online and say, hey, see this? This is how I do this. They are letting you into something that is so personal and so intimate. And so much a part of them. You know, if you really think about that, it is something so within you that there are usually no words to properly describe the process that you go through, or what it means to you. I can't properly describe the emotion I have when I'm creating a candle or creating an incense or building energy with a sister witch or my brother witch or what have you. I can't, because I don't have the vocabulary. There aren't the words in the English language, and nor do I think in any other language. It's not a thing. So when we share these videos, when we open ourselves up, we're able to learn from others. And if it resonates with us, holy cow, that's awesome. You can add it to your practice. If it doesn't resonate with us, you can leave it by the wayside. We can always work with things so that they better fit us. That's an insane gift. And I think all of the teachers, those that I mentioned, those that I cannot remember your names, and I'm so sorry, all of those who I continue to learn from daily, and I thank all of you that I hope will make videos so that I can learn from you as well. And I hope to Hel and Cernunnos and the ancestors and elements and spirit guides and good folk and any other energy that I possibly work with, I hope I can share a little bit and I don't want to say teach as well, because I'm not much of a teacher, but I hope I can share a bit of my experience too. And that is where the magic is. And I guess that's why I get angry about this, because it really fucking saddens me that someone is so destructive and ridiculous to think or to want to take that away from people. To take away that gift and make them feel less of themselves and make them feel like they can't do something. I see you. And I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to say a word against you negatively or send any toxicity your way. Instead, I am just going to continue to raise up my fellow fluffy bunnies and continue to fight you with that thing that you hate the most. Positivity, love, and light. I do want to apologize as well, because I know in past videos I have said I can't wrap my head around someone that works solely with the dark. I can't wrap my head around someone that works solely with the light. And what I meant by that is I think there needs to be a balance. But I needed to add that for me. For me, there needs to be a balance of light and dark, because I work with both. For my practice, I cannot imagine working solely with dark. For my practice, I cannot imagine working solely in light. That was kind of the intent I was going for, and I realize in past videos I probably didn't say that properly. Please know I was not degrading or dismissing anyone's path. And that includes those that work solely with dark, and as well as those that work solely with light. I stand by my no path is invalid, except perhaps the path of trolls. Because, and I don't mean the fake creature, not fucking with them, but haters, people that belittle others and degrade others and ridicule them and tell them they're not good enough. Your path I'm not so sure about, but everyone else's path I'm cool with. And I'm sorry if I ever made someone second guess their worth by those comments. Like I said, my channel's pretty inconsequential, so I don't think I did, but I still want to put that out there. And I know in past videos I've also said, you know, I hope I don't sound too fluffy bunny with this. I take that back. I hope to Hades. I hope to Hell and Cernunnos and the ancestors and every other energy I work with. Elements, good folks, spirits, totems, what have you. All that good juju. I hope to all of it. I send my energy to all of it with the thought of I embrace that I am a fluffy bunny. Because the reality is, although I'm not new to my path, although I'm not new to YouTube, when I get excited about something, when I get jazzed about something, when I get revved up and all kinds of energy drink slogans you can imagine, when I get that kind of warm, fuzzy, incarnate feeling, I get enthusiastic. I get excited. I get passionate. And you know what? That's what you fucking need in your spiritual path, I think. That shows that drive, that shows that dedication, that shows that motivation to learn more, to be more, to share more, to grow, to evolve, to develop. I am proud to be a fluffy bunny. I am proud to help multiply our community and help it grow and develop and evolve and be all that it possibly can be. Okay, that's the army, but still, you know what I'm saying. And I think it was Bridget's Well, in her video for this, she made a beautiful point, and I want to reiterate it. Bridget's Well, she said that being a fluffy bunny isn't too bad of a thing. Because yes, while bunnies are cute and fluffy and sweet looking, you fuck with them, they're gonna fuck with you. Hardcore. You encroach on their territory, you threaten their children, you threaten them. They will kick, scratch, bite. They will take you down. They are fierce, fierce little creatures. And for that, and in honor of that theory and that beautiful, beautiful visual that I get when I think of it, I am titling this video and this not encroachment, this this movement, there it is, this participation, my participation in this movement as fluffy bunny warriors, because I think that's a beautiful, beautiful and just insanely warm and fuzzy thought and visual. And what better way to combat negativity and toxicity and haters and trolls than to send a bunch of warrior fluffy bunnies their way, just to show them how terrifying we can be, because the reality is we have the power. We have the movement that is growing. We have the energy that is flowing. We, the fluffy bunnies, have the power. And that's awesome. So part of the movement also is to give a shout out to a newbie witch, or a newbie pagan, sorry. Newbie YouTube pagan, or newbie YouTube personality. There it is. I'm getting there. I want to do this every week, give a shout out to a newbie channel, but I also want to give out a shout out to someone that I think needs a little bit more love on their channel, even if they've been on YouTube for a while, because we could all use a little love. So for the newbie YouTube channel, for the fluffy bunny, I'm going to give a shout out to the Fool's Journey. His channel's been spouted out a lot, and he had little under 100 subscribers when I left work today. So he's been getting some love, but I really feel strongly about his channel. I think he is brilliant. He's insanely authentic. He is very true to himself. His energy is amazing. He has already taught me so much just in the 4 or 5 videos he has uploaded, seriously. And on top of everything, he truly is backing this movement in so many ways. He has a playlist on his channel that has every Be the Witchy Change video that he can find with hashtag Be the Witchy Change. And I actually loved that idea so much that I asked him if I could do that myself. So, and he gave me permission. So thank you. And I also update my playlist daily. So if you want to look at other people's videos for Be the Witchy Change, his channel has a playlist. My channel has a playlist on my channel. It's titled hashtag Be the Witchy Change Others videos, because I, in typical Anastasia fashion, am going to be crafting an altar for this, which means I need to make a candle, which means I need to make incense. I've got some witchy orbs I want to make and some other fun stuff. So, of course, I'm going to do videos on those things because I think it could be fun. I just need to find a space for the altar, and that seems to be the issue right now because I got a lot of altars. So I need to kind of revamp that. But yes, so I'm going to have Be the Witchy Change that are my videos and Be the Witchy Change that are others' videos. So there's that explanation, and the shout out for the week for the newbie channel. Newbie channel of the week is A Fool's Journey. The second, the Give 'em Some Love shout out is going to be for Anya Abroad. Anya is she's incredibly insightful and beautiful and just connected and supportive. This woman is so strong, and I don't think she gives herself nearly enough credit for the strength and knowledge that she has. She is insightful. She is genuine. She is actually who told me about this movement. She actually gave me a shout out in her video, and it was so beautiful that I was crying in my cubicle, and it meant any support means the world to me, but it just really touched me. And she is so she has more subscribers than me. She definitely has more views than me, but it's not about that. It's about she is definitely someone to look at. She is definitely someone to learn from, because I have learned immense amounts from that woman, and I want to share that knowledge and share that love. So please check out her channel as well. I will have both of those channels posted in the description below the video thingy. And yeah, okay, I shaved about 10 minutes off of it. Well, it's better. It's better than over 50. So yeah, that's kind of it. And like I said, I'll have more videos for that altar that I'm making, and I really hope the positivity just keeps snowballing. And again, I love you all. In true Fluffy Bunny fashion, I send love and light to not only my supporters, but also my critics, to those who are friends with me and those who don't know me. I send love and light to all, trolls and fluffy bunnies alike. Blessed be.